What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA SAG.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video, guys, I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you some details about the most recent press conference that happened less than a week ago. On top of that, I will show you ridiculous statement from one of the YouTubers, and to be honest, I was quite surprised because of this update, but I will explain you my thoughts and I will show you what I think about this issue. On top of that, guys, I will show you quite interesting update in regards to the board of directors of NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And again, I will explain you some details about their actions and their intentions. So, before we dive deep into all of this, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, you've seen many of my trade calls, all delivering strong returns in just hours. Now it's your turn to trade smarter. Join my Safe Haven Patreon tier, built for traders who want consistency, structure and real results. You will get a detailed plan to protect your portfolio, monthly one-on-one Zoom sessions with me and private Discord access with all trade alerts, lessons and exclusive updates. And here is the best part. If you don't earn more than your subscription price within 30 days, you will receive a full refund, no question asked, as long as your trading account balance is at least $2,500 and you've taken all the recommended trades during the period. No excuses, no fine print. You profit or you don't pay. Here are just a few of my trade results from the first half of October. But don't wait, this offer is available for a limited time only. Once the spots are filled, enrollment will close. Join today and let's start building your edge in the market. So guys, first of all, I want to begin today's video with this tweet that was written by Ann Vandersteel just 14 hours ago. She wrote this in response to a tweet that was written by Zinc. And first of all, let me quote to Ann Vandersteel tweet. Congress, Dodge, POTUS, SEC and FINRA, this is not going away. This is about as egregious as it gets. Agencies caught colluding with the industry they regulate. Come clean it up, we have the evidence. And let me show you this tweet of Zing. He wrote, MMTLP current action reminders. 1. We now have documented evidence for delays, bundling and broker regulator collusion (FIF) blocking S1 approvals. Investors harmed, transparency stalled. MMTLP. 2. The mission is clear. Get the evidence to Congress, track FOIAs, engage media. Facts first, emotion later. 3. Congress, House Financial Service and Senate Banking Committees, evidence plus FOIA docs submitted equals to ignoring it becomes impossible. 4. FOIA, submit separate requests, log every delay and bundling, track responses, file complaints with DOJ, OIP and SEC OIG if needed. 5. Media, send investigative journalists concise evidence first packages, emails, logs, FIF collusion. Let the facts do the talking. 6. Credibility. No speculation, no personal attacks, no emotion. Every ignored FOIA and delays threatens our case. 7. Bottom line. Leverage equal facts plus proper channels plus accountability. Stay sharp, stay organized and push the evidence. Charles Payne, he tagged Charles Payne, Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson. The fight for transparency and accountability continues. MMTLP, 1133 days. And guys, yes, for now we have evidence, we have FOIA letters that definitely might help us to see some kind of resolution, and we might investigate it even deeper because of this, and we might find that SEC and FINRA are guilty in the process of U3 halting MMTLP shares. And yes, this is a very huge update that might lead us to very interesting developments. But let me show you some tweets, some questions under this tweet of Ann Vanderstiel. JP wrote, "I thought you had the ear to the president or to someone very close to the president. Somehow another nothing burger." And Ann Vanderstiel responded, "We do, and in case you have not noticed, there is a lot going on. Good things are happening. I'm not anything more than a platform with good connections. I can't make anyone do anything. Hanging there." And this is very important part, because Ann Vanderstiel doesn't have any shares. She want to help MMTLP community, and I want to help MMTLP community as well. From the bottom of my heart, I want to help you guys. And definitely she just well, she is some kind of amplifier of the actions of the echo from the actions out of the MMTLP community members. And definitely this is a very important step, and regardless of my point of view and regardless of Ann Vanderstiel's point of view, it is very important to have as many these type of people as I am and Ann Vanderstiel as we can, because one way or another, guys, I told you multiple times, the justice cannot be partial. We have to see the total. Well, we have to see the total justice in this case, and this will lead to much bigger achievements for the entire retail community that wanted to invest in the US stock market. That is why, guys, I want to give another huge shout out to Ann Vanderstiel, and regardless of not the best performing, let's put it this way, most recent press conference, because it has and it had some issues. Well, I don't want to cover it one more time, but definitely it is very important to have this type of people. On top of that, guys, you definitely know Ali from Trading Secrets, and just well, less than 24 hours ago, about 1 day ago, he published this video, and the title of this video is right here: MMTLP FOIA updates and new $400 to $800 estimate. And let me play the part of his video, and well, it is ridiculous in my opinion.
And it's an intrinsic value based on 9th of December 22, based on $3.2 billion barrels of oil after development, extraction, royalties, overheads and taxes. Obviously, we know the Orogrande assets are now no longer there, but that was one of the reasons that people invested. So that should have a factor in the actual potential share price, because at that time, those assets did belong to the organization. So I think a valid point there from James. And finally, if you like.
So, and in my opinion, guys, it is a total BS, and let me explain you. You know that Orogrande Basin, well, it was a connection, it was a contract between Next Bridge Hydrocarbons, and previously it was a TRCH, and Orogrande University leases, and Orogrande property belongs to the TRCH, and they told to mass media and to all of the potential investors that this Orogrande Basin has more than 3.2 billion barrels of oil, which equals to more than $19 billion of potential profit. And let me show you this tweet that was written by James, defrauded by FINRA, and he wrote, "This is Grok's new estimate of MMTLP intrinsic value on December the 9th of 2022, based on 3.2 billion barrels of oil after development, extraction, royalties, overhead and taxes." This is what FINRA and SEC with FIF and broker-dealers cost us. And the share price is from $400 to $800 per share, according to Grok. But guys, well, these estimations are falsified. Let me explain you why. Back in the days, I also made several videos based on the same exact calculations, but at that point I didn't know that these estimations was falsified by C-Plant. And C-Plant is the person who was paid by the Greg McCabe, and we know it from the 10Q, basically from the report of NextBridge Hydrocarbons, and they paid him with money and with more shares of NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And C-Plant falsified the report where the Orogrande Basin allegedly had about 3.2 billion barrels of oil. It is an empty land without any oil in it and without any value, basically. And guys, you know that if someone falsified this report in order to have these potential assets, so-called assets, as an intrinsic value of certain company, and then people who had the vast majority, the biggest chunk of the shares sold these shares, and they knew that these reports were falsified, guys, don't you think that it is illegal actions that were made by the board of directors? And you might hate me, you might dislike my videos, I don't care. But the truth is here. This is not the price of intrinsic value, and definitely it is not the baseline, as Ali said in his video, that should be put into the consideration, because it was just a misleading information based on which some people attracted more investors in order to unload their own shares. On top of that, let me show you, wait a second, somewhere here. Yes, you know that Greg McCabe has even more shady actions, and a lot of people want to know the number of shares shorted. We have an official statement from FINRA that there is just 2.65 million shares of aggregate short interest, and Greg McCabe wrote this to Mr. Colby, or wrote this letter to Mr. Colby on January 23rd of 2024, and he wrote, NextBridge Hydrocarbons has been gathering a significant amount of data regarding the imbalance in our shareholder ledger. As stated in our press release, the very early results of our data gathering suggest a number considerably higher than 2.65 million shares of aggregate short interest. Which means, guys, Greg McCabe knows the real number of short positions, but why in the world he doesn't want to disclose this information to his own shareholders? It doesn't make sense. On top of that, guys, let me show you that he diluted existing shareholders after the spin-off. At the time of spin-off, it was, wait a second, I will show you somewhere here. It was just 1.165,472,241 shares outstanding, and this is on the date of December the 12th of 2022. But as of September, as you can see at this screenshot, as of September 30th of 2025, the company had 264,387,563 outstanding shares of common stock. And I want to even make another statement that according to the most recent 10Q filing that for the quarterly period ended September the 30th. Oh, sorry. Wait a second. It has a total share count of 264,637,563 shares, which means even from September 30th of 2025 to basically the most recent update to this date, they added 300,000 shares, which means, guys, your position becomes even more, even smaller from the point of the spin-off, and which means even if intrinsic value would be a quite significant amount, your shares costs less in this case. On top of that, let me show you that Ocelot wrote this tweet. Apparently, some still don't understand Orogrande Basin is not the same as the Permian Basin. Good map for reference. And guys, this statement proves that Orogrande Basin doesn't have oil and gas assets in it, regardless of any type of statements that were made publicly by some random people in internet, on X or on any other platforms. Because from the official statements that were not falsified by Seaplant, we know that it is just an empty land without any oil and gas assets. And guys, just think of it like this: if this assets has the oil and gas of 3.2 billion barrels of oil and gas, why would Greg McCabe well terminated the payments for this for the leases? It doesn't make sense, because if it had this type of assets in it, Greg McCabe would definitely for 100% pay for this, because his own shares became in this case became even more valuable, and he can benefit out of this well, tens or even hundreds times more than he had basically right after he sold some of his shares. That is another evidence of the shady actions from the board of directors. On top of that, let me show you this. Christian Shaughnessy wrote this in response to George Paliker's tweet. And George Paliker wrote this in response to Costas. And I don't want to dig deeper inside this data. It is quite interesting, but I want to pay attention to another fact. Christian Shaughnessy wrote, more FOIL filings needed. Paliker tells you exactly what's needed. In my opinion, people can start submitting new FOIA for CAT, blue sheets, HALT committee records, and the extraordinary event. Paper decides this, not opinion. And guys, I totally agree with this statement, and what is more importantly, as I told you, I'm just some kind of amplifier of actions that made by MMTLP community. And here is another person from MMTLP community who filed a new FOIA request. On January 15th, Jennifer Vitrano wrote this tweet. Surprise, I FOIA too. And she added this screenshot that is stated, your FOIA request has been created and is being sent to the Securities and Exchange Commission. He also made several updates. You can find even the number of FOIA requests, and you can find some weird actions, weird response that basically this FOIA request might be delayed due to some extraordinary events that are not disclosed by the SEC Commission. And unfortunately, in my opinion, it is some kind of actions that are trying to kick the can down the road for as long as possible. That is why, guys, well, all actions are good actions for MMTLP if these actions are not the fight inside the MMTLP community. Unfortunately, a lot of people makes a lot of statements that, well, for example, towards my videos, towards my point of view, because they don't like my narrative that I want to see the total justice. They just want to see broker-dealers, SEC, basically authorities well, they want to see them as a guilty people and guilty entities, and they don't want to open their eyes that the problem is much deeper. Guys, in the next video probably I will explain you one more time who are the MMTLP shareholders, and from what point and with what intention did they buy their shares. And depending on their intention, on your intention, you can or cannot rely on certain outcome, and I will explain you in my future video what I'm talking about. But for now, I think that's all. If you like my video, please hit the like button and see you in the next video. Bye.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no